Hey guys, welcome back to another farming video from yours truly. In this video, we will be planting strawberries and using leaves from our backyard as mulch for our garden. As you guys can see, I already bought some pre-grown strawberries. I'm going to be planting these strawberries in the no-till garden beds that I made in the last video. I ordered 25 bare root strawberries on Amazon for $20, and when I received it, it was in a blackout plastic bag. As you guys can see, some of the strawberries were brown, but I could at least see a lot of green on them. Apparently when you buy pre-grown plants or bare root plants, it's normal for it to be brown and slightly withered when you receive it. So hopefully these strawberries will make a full recovery when I put them in the bed. If you guys don't remember how the no-till method works, basically you just put the cardboard over the grass or weeds you want to grow the plants. As you heard, weeds or grass. Basically, the cardboard will block the sunlight from the weeds and grass, making it so they cannot grow anymore. The only thing I'm not sure of is if I'm planting deep enough. As you guys can see, the roots on these strawberries are very long, and the compost that I put on top of these beds is not very deep. The bed of compost I put over the cardboard is about 4 to 5 inches deep. I read online and it said it takes a couple weeks for the roots to start penetrating through the cardboard. So for the spacing of the strawberry plants, I decided to plant them about 5 inches apart from each other. And for each bed, I did about 2 rows. For the first bed, I was able to fit 20 strawberry plants, 10 strawberries per row. Anyway, it started getting really hot outside, and I don't know what happened, but I think my phone got radiation. Looking back at the video, it looks like I put a microwave filter over my phone. So the kind of strawberries I bought were called ever-bearing strawberries. What this means is that it will produce fruit throughout the growing season. Besides ever-bearing strawberries, there are 2 other types of strawberries. There are June-bearing strawberries, which produce 1 large harvest, and day-neutral strawberries that produce fruit from late spring until frost. Frost being the coldest day of the year in your zone. After planting all the strawberries, it's time for me to pile up all the leaves, put in a bag, and then use it as mulch. I'm borrowing this leaf blower from my grandpa, so big thanks to grandpa. After using the leaf blower, I think I loosened up a good bit of leaves that were really embedded into the ground. After loosening up the leaves, I brought out the fan rake, another utensil I got from my grandpa, but this one is to keep. Basically, I just wanted to make a big old pile of leaves that I can collect. The reason I'm using leaves as mulch for my plants is because it's way cheaper than ordering on Amazon. On Amazon, it was about $1 per pound for mulch, which didn't sound so reasonable to my pockets. If you guys aren't able to notice, this leaf blower was insanely strong. It's an electric leaf blower that I got from my grandpa, and it has a turbo mode on it. And yes, you heard me, a turbo mode on a leaf blower. After 20 minutes of raking up leaves just to fill only a quarter of the bag, I really want to find a cheap option to be able to mass collect leaves without buying a new lawnmower. If you guys have any suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section below.
Oh, look at me, Mr. Tough Guy, big muscles. Wow.
After filling up the bag with a good amount of mass from the leaves, I think it was time to start adding the mulch around the corn. As you can see, the corn has grown a lot more since you guys last seen. Since the day of recording, it has been 8 days for the corn to grow this tall. If you guys look closely, you can see a bit of green inside the leaves I'm mixing in. So earlier I mowed the grass with a lawnmower. These grass clippings can be used as nutrition for the plants. So while the dead leaves I collected from the trees provide carbon, the grass clippings that are mixed in are providing nitrogen. And like I said before, there's a 3-part method to making compost. Compost needs 1/3 soil, 1/3 carbon, and 1/3 nitrogen. And doing this adds extra nutrients to the already rich compost I laid down. So another reason why I'm putting mulch around my plants is because it basically prevents weeds from growing around the plants. Like the cardboard, the leaves will cover everything below the sprouts. This will ensure all the weeds or the grass or whatever else is growing below will not be able to survive besides the sprouts. And you guys need to make sure to only put mulch where the sprouts have already sprouted, because like the weeds underneath, it can also block sunlight from whatever seeds you have below. Since I still had a lot of leaves after already putting mulch around the corn and the 2 strawberry beds, I was going to put it around the garden. But before that, I had to clear out the weeds on the sides. Basically, I wanted to create a little barrier between the grass and the weeds from my plants. Eventually, I'll get around to doing the other sides, but for now, I only was able to do the sides on the right and the left. Anyway, after clearing up all the weeds on the sides, I started putting the leaves down for the pathways. And as you see, I'm putting down the leaves. It looks like I'm placing blocks down in Minecraft. It's like a grid system. I had to be careful with the leaves that accidentally ended up on the bed. So as I was making the border and the pathway, I made sure to swipe off all the leaves that landed on top of them. Anyway, after only being halfway done, I decided I need to get more leaves, because not having a lot of leaves is one of my pet peeves. Ooh, rhyming. I'm a rapper now, guys. Enough with the jokes, it's time to get cereal, no milk. After getting the rest of the leaves, I started to finish the garden with it. I made sure to spread it evenly throughout the pathways, making sure that no soil was getting sunlight. Anyway, after putting down all the leaves, it was time to wet them. Wetting them helped it stay in place, so when it was windy, it would stay down. The moisture also helps the microbes break down the leaves faster. Not to mention that the leaves also help the soil maintain moisture for a longer period of time. So yeah, here's me just walking around making leaves wet, making sure that none of them are left dry. And after wetting all the leaves and slightly watering all the plants, it was time to show you around the finished product. So here's the corn first. I went through each corn to make sure all the sprouts were showing above the leaves, otherwise it would start to rot and die. Same with the strawberries, since they were kind of brown, it was difficult to see them, so I went by one to make sure all the sprouts were showing. And since I'm bringing you this close, you guys can see all the lawn clippings and grass that I put inside the mulch. Up in close, you guys can really see how the strawberry plants are looking right now. They're quite fuzzy looking, and you guys can already see some growth on them. Mulching these leaves was a day after I planted the strawberries, if you guys weren't able to notice. And that's pretty much it for farming part 2. So far for growth, you're already seeing that the corn has gotten a lot bigger and healthier. And as for the other beds, it's been 9 days for the onions, 8 days for the carrots, and 7 days for the potatoes. And so far, nothing yet has sprouted from the ground. That's pretty much it for this update. Until I get another idea for my farm, or a major update like my carrots and onions starting to sprout, I'll keep you guys posted. Goodbye, guys. And subscribe.